Hey, what's up everybody, it's Pablo1713. Hi and welcome in Anno 1800 Influence City Farms tutorial. So yes, very important topic, influence points, as we usually don't have enough of them. So I was thinking, is it possible to make some farms with influence? So we are in Kashyyyk and we have here influence farm for me, and here's another one, another city which is Revenge of the Sith, and also we have the influence farm for me. So they are generating plenty of influence. Actually, if I will show you population, we have 68 investors, which means that we have about 200 something influence points from this city, and in this city in Kashyyyk we have 70, I think, as I remember, buildings. Yes, 70, so this means that we have 210 influence points extra, because one investor house giving us +3 influence points. As you can see, I have almost 461 extra influence points thanks to that. So yeah, that's another thing probably that you're thinking how I'm making this super zoom. So you can go to the options menu, and there's an option in here in gameplay, and there's a increase distance, camera distance. So this is on, and you have to reload the game, and then it will work. So thanks to that you'll have further distance. And also there's an additional thing I just want to mention. There's a show electricity poles, and I have this turned off, and thanks to that, if I will go to my Empire Strikes, you will see that I don't have those electricity poles that were terrible looking. So if I will turn them on, once again, turn on, you'll see that there's electricity poles everywhere. Yeah, just like that. And I hate them because it looks really awful, and I am just hitting them, and thanks to that it looks much nicer. Even now I'm making the first person mode with Ctrl, Shift and R. Yeah, that's much nicer look of your city. Okay, so let's go back to the main topic. Sorry for this, but that was probably the questions that you will have. So yes, so we're gonna go in here, and this is Jakku, and this is gonna be my another influence farm, and I will show you how I'm building this. So first, as you can see, I want to mention one thing. At the top we have the workforce available, so I have 200 workforce additional for my island. And if we go to influence tab, you will see that in the bonuses we have expansion, and this bonus give us plus 200 island workforce. So thanks to that I have 200 workforce on every island that I have. So yeah. Another thing very important, where to start the influence farm. First you need to make sure that you're gonna have oil springs. So yes, I have the oil spring in here, and usually you have only 4 islands that have oil springs on each map, unfortunately, in the old world, because it is usually occupied by enemy AI. And I will show you that I don't have any enemies right now because I killed all of them. Well, and thanks to that I have all the islands with the oil. So why is oil very important? Because we can only advance engineers, and I have one building in here, so we can only advance engineers if they will have electricity need fulfilled. So that's why we're gonna need oil springs to start off. And once we're gonna make this island, we'll be able to spread the oil to other islands. So I did this on Kashyyyk. So I have the Kashyyyk in here, and as you can see they are getting the oil right in here. And there's a port, Medium Oil Harbor, and he is transferring oil to Revenge of Sith. So as you can see there's another port now, and thanks to that they're sharing oil with themselves, and they can give the electricity to their city, to their citizens. So yeah, so this is the basic things. So now I'm going to show you, of course we're going to need plenty of materials. Right now we have 000 on top. So first I got my ships, so I recommend you to have 2 ships fulfilled with plenty of goods. So we're gonna just unload everything. Let's check everything and unload everything that we have in here. And this is that you're gonna probably make when you're gonna be in the late game. So I'm gonna send it to my main town, which is Empire Strikes, which is right in here. And in Empire Strikes I have plenty of materials. So if I will go to any warehouse, I will show that yes, I have plenty of different materials stored in here. Plenty up in here as well. So this is my base from where I'll get all my needed. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up, ooh, legendary guy, awesome. Okay, so yeah, let's make, okay, and let's go back. Sorry, but we are in the game, so yeah, so sometimes I'm gonna get a little bit distracted. I'll try to focus as much as I can. And I am using Extravaganza steamer. You can have it by equipping specialist in your Harbor Master's office. So right here I have Harbor Master's office, and it is in the range of Sailing Shipyard and also Steam Shipyard. And as you can see, the specialist is Anno. She's engineer of Extravaganza steamers. So yes, if you will equip her, she will give you ship plans for Extravaganza steamer. And yes, in here I can build it. So yes, this is the best ship because it has plenty of cargo slots for you to travel all the goods that you want. I'm usually trying to give 3, because if you're gonna take more than 3, then probably they're gonna explode during the workload, as it's gonna be too much workload for them. So yeah, I'm gonna build 2 like this, so he's gonna be able to extract the oil from here, and he's gonna have 3 oil springs in here. So that's the basic idea. Here we're gonna have the small oil harbor, so I'm planning everything into the future, and then we're gonna need to make the bridge somewhere in here to get the oil transferred. So let me just try to check if it's possible. Yeah, it is possible to have the bridge right in here, but I'm gonna do something like this. And yes, I'm gonna make the loop in here to make sure that they will not make any problems. So this is gonna be the 1 loop, and here is gonna be the 2nd loop. And yes, just let's go and go to the right side like this. So yes, so we have the basic idea for the oil for the future, and then we can also extend this road. So he's gonna mainly focus in here, but also they're gonna need to make additional loop right in here somewhere, as they both gonna go to the city, right? So I'm gonna make the loop right in here, and then I'm gonna extend it probably right in here somewhere. Let me just extend this. So yeah, so this is gonna go to the city center. So this is the basic option for the oil. So yeah, he will transfer oil right in here, but he can also transfer oil into the city. So the same thing with this guy, he can go in here, and the loop will give us secure transfer between those 2 trains. Alright, so let's build the city. So the basic idea to build the city, first of all, we're gonna need to have 110 buildings for our farmers and workers. So as you know, I have here 1 building costs 2 wood, so I am having 10 in here. So this is gonna give us 20 wood, and right in here. So that's 20 people and 20 to the right side. Okay, so let's just extend the road. So the first phase is to build 110 buildings. So that's gonna be a lot, and they're gonna need, of course, some fish and also workloads. So yeah, let me just extend this. So this is already 60 on this side, and I'm just gonna extend the road. I'm just gonna check my design in here. Okay, so this means that can extend right in here. Here gonna be the oil. That's perfect. Okay, so you can use any city plan that you want. And as we got in here, our citizens, as you can see, they got the needs. So now we're gonna fulfill all the needs for the farmers. So for sure they're gonna need fish. So I'm gonna build 2 fisheries. So 1 and 2. Let's turn off the blueprint mode and let's upgrade those 2 buildings. Very fast and easy. And now this is the space where they are gonna live. So now I'm gonna need to give them schnapps. So let me just find some space in here. Alright, so we're gonna need exactly 3 production chains for schnapps. So 3 production chains, as you can see. So we have 1, 2 and 3 right in here. Then we're gonna need also 3 production chains for workloads. So this is 1, 2 and 3 right in here. And they are all handling by this warehouse within the 4th level. So this will handle the amount of the workloads and also schnapps that we're gonna need. And here we have 2 fisheries, so they can fulfill and collect everything in here. So now we're gonna focus on expanding the city. Now we're gonna need to extend 54 buildings to the workers tab, to the workers level. And now I'm gonna try to make an upgrade. Here we got 60 buildings.
You reached a new milestone.
But perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just missing one building. So using this design, as you can see, I got 60 buildings in here, but only 54 can be advanced, and this is very important, 54 to the workers. And this will also be able, yes, so I can upgrade this house. So that means that we're gonna have right now 54 workers, and we can check that in the warehouse. In the population tab, we got 54 workers right now, so that is perfect, and we're gonna then expand those workers to the artisans. So now we're just gonna make sure that we cover the shortage of the workforce. So we got minus 111. So now we're facing first problem, as we have minus 111. And here we got this our ship with our supplies. So I'm just gonna unload this, and I'm gonna show you how I am dealing with this, because I'm just gonna send the ship back in here, and he's gonna take some additional timber again. And now we're gonna take also this and bring him back in here. So as you can see, I am supplying my influence farm with some supplies. So now let's solve this situation with the negative workforce. We could upgrade our city in the top. We're gonna do this later on, just to make sure that we're gonna fulfill everything and make it on the max. But now we're gonna go to Engineers tab, and here we're gonna have commuter peer. So it requires 15 influence points, and this will give us opportunity to share the workforce with other islands that have also commuter peer. So I'm gonna build this right in here. I can place it right, maybe in here even. Why not? And I'm just gonna connect it with the road. And right like that, we have plus values everywhere in here, and this is very important because I am sharing now workforce with other islands. So as you can see, I have plenty of islands already. The main important island is right in here, so my empire strikes. So this is the main building. As you can see, commuter peer is right in here, where we have plenty of workers of each stage, and I'm sharing this surplus with other islands. So thanks to that, this will help us in expanding our influence farm really fast. So yes, so we're gonna have right now plus values everywhere, and we can focus on getting to the next stage with the workers. So now we need to fulfill all the needs in the workers tabs, and also happiness will give us some extra cash, because we want to also have money from those farms, not negative values but plus values. So according to my map, so I'm just gonna make sure I can actually make it a little bit closer, so I can make the church right in here. So have the church, I can place it right in here. So now they got the fulfillment of church. We're gonna block the beer. We're not gonna give them the beer. We're gonna go to needs. So now we're gonna need to give them sausages. Bread, we can have them the bread because we have the grain fertility. And then we have soap, and then we're gonna have the school. The school will be right in here. So let me just plan this. So for the future, so this is gonna be the school place right in here, according to my design right in here. As you can see, this is Empire Strikes. So yes, so here we're gonna have the school. Alright, so this area is done, so we're gonna need exactly 2 production chains for the sausages. 2, so it's right in here, so 1 and 2. Then we have whole production chain for the soap, so it's right in here, as you can see. And then we have 1 production chain for the bread right in here. So thanks to that, our citizens should have everything here, and also I upgraded the roads with the bricks. So now we have paved street, so all our workers should be able to advance. We're just waiting for the sausages, as I built them just a few seconds ago. And so while we are waiting for the sausages to be fulfilled, I will show you how I'm checking up what to take for my another ship. So here I just emptied my ship. So I will go and take him, go back in here. I'm gonna select my ship that is waiting right in here. As you can see, I got some stuff in here. I'm gonna back to Jakku, and now I got the small preview at the top what I have and what I don't have right in here. So I'm gonna just open menu, and I have still this open up. So I'm just gonna take some more timber, as it's gonna be always very important. I see that I don't have much bricks, so I'm gonna also take some steel beams. I'm gonna take some windows for the future needs, and also we don't have reinforced concrete, so I'm gonna take 100 of them. So now I can send the ship in here and go back and fulfill. So yeah, finally we got this. We got everything fulfilled, so now we can advance those 54 buildings to the next level. So yeah, advancing one worker house to the artisan cost us 6 wood, which means that upgrading 54 buildings will give us about 312 timber. So that's a lot of timber to supply. So as you can see, I have only 5 right now, but I got my ship back with plenty of timber, so I can unpack additional 200. And I'm just gonna send it in a few seconds, but now I'm just gonna upgrade this. So now I got 54 exactly artisans, and I can check it in my warehouse once again to go to the population, and yes, we got 54. We have 0 workers right now, so we have also only artisans. And now we're gonna do something like this, because we will not care about them and we will not make any production chains for them. So now we see that we have canned food for them, we got sewing machines, we got fur coats, and then we're gonna unlock university. So now we're gonna go and take our ship, this one, we can set it back to Empire Strikes, right in here. And now we're gonna go back and check the artisan level. So where's the building for artisans? In here, right in here. So we're gonna need canned food, we're gonna need sewing machines, and also fur coats. So we're gonna take 100 of each. So we're gonna take 100, then we're gonna take sewing machines and also fur coats 100. And we're just gonna deliver this to our city right in here. So we're gonna fulfill those needs, but they have also happiness tab. So in here we're gonna block the beer and also rum, and we can actually build a variety theater. So according to my plan in here, I can just plan the placement for the oil power plant. So I'm just gonna turn on so it's gonna be right in here, and next to it we're not gonna have the city hall, we're gonna have only variety theater. So I'm gonna place it right in here. So now I'm gonna build this. I'm just gonna change the road also to paved streets, and we're gonna cut it right in here like this. So right in here. So this is how it is right now. So now they're gonna have the fulfillment of variety theater, so they will give us extra cash. So now we can unpack everything that we have in here. So we're gonna unpack this, and this will give our citizens fulfillment. So let's... Alright, so we got this done, and now we can give them the university. So now they will fulfill this need, and they will get to 30 people inside one building, and we'll be able to upgrade them, but the cost will be really high, so we're gonna need plenty of timber. And I'm sure you got plenty of other settlements like me that have plenty of timber. So here I got 200. Right in here I have 200 also, 200 here. So yeah, I can go and take the timber from other cities. Alright, so we can advance even more houses right now. So we are getting to the point that we are upgrading all 54 buildings. And this was the magic number for the start, because thanks to that we were able to not waste much materials actually to maximize the numbers that are needed to advance to engineers. And now we're gonna do something. So now we have actually 54 engineers buildings, but now we're not gonna advance them to investors, so our final goal. But first we're gonna prepare ourselves, because our goal is to get 70 investor houses. If we're gonna upgrade every of this building, we're gonna have only 54, so we are missing now 16. So yes, we got all buildings done, upgraded right in here. So right now we have plenty of engineers. It's going to be more than 80. Let's just double check that. So population, and yes, we have 83 buildings. So I was planning to have 70 as before, but now we're going to try if it's going to work with 80. So we got 83 buildings right now. We got only 6 farmers, just 1 worker, so we're going to leave this worker alone, and we're going to then expand farmers and workers to make sure that all the production buildings are not wasting their materials and they're actually used by the citizens. And thanks to that, we got right now negative value actually, because they are not getting the needs done in here. So we're gonna unlock it in a few seconds, but first we're gonna prepare ourselves to get them electricity, and thanks to that we're gonna fulfill the rest in the final stage. Alright, so now we are getting to the final stage again. So what they're gonna need? They're gonna need electricity, so we're gonna give them electricity just like now.
I knew you wouldn't.
So now we just need to extend the road. Make sure that there's a connection in here. So now they will get the oil, and we're gonna have the electricity. So
Your
now they're
ship
gonna
has
also need
returned from its
coffee,
voyage.
glasses, and also light bulbs. Okay, so we need glasses, coffee, and light bulbs. So coffee, usually I take coffee from Madame Kaina right in here.
If you're after
She got some coffee
something
left,
unique,
so I'm gonna try to
you
take
can
it.
expect to pay for it.
But maybe I got plenty of coffee in here. Let's just double check. Probably not, as the coffee is... No, I got something. So I'm gonna take just 50. And now I'm gonna also take light bulbs, 100, and also it was... But we don't have much glasses actually in here. So just 20 pieces. Maybe that's gonna be probably not enough. So maybe I'm gonna take 40. So yeah, we got the bank need. So we can build this. Thanks to that, we got additional 50 coins from them, and now we should have yeah, we got plus 11k income from this city. So this is additional thing that we have, but we're gonna need plenty of materials. Yes, we can start upgrading. So now we are generating some extra influence from those houses. So now we just need to upgrade every house that is possible. Yeah, that's a lot actually, houses that are possible to be upgraded. And again, we got a chance with the press. You can choose and always make sure that you will have not negative values in this. So we can now again make the consumption run low. And thanks to that, it will help us.
You gained an influence bonus.
We got again an influence bonus in here, so plus 15% for the effect. And thanks to that, they will use less materials that are needed for us. So we still need those buildings up in here to upgrade to the investors, and this will finish the process. So now I think that I have enough timber and all the materials to upgrade the rest of the buildings. Oh, that's gonna be the true, and this is the last building, and that is true. Alright, so we got everything done in here, so we got our investors. So now look, let's take a look how we can make better happiness for them. For sure they got the negative effect from the newspaper, so we're not gonna make any more propaganda, but also we can give them members club. So this is the members club, so we're gonna build this, and this will give them happiness plus 5. So this will increase their happiness as well as the bank, so it's gonna be plus 7. So what about the rest of those items? Well, we could give them light bulbs. This will give us some more cash from them and more investors, because this only requires coal, and we have coal on the island, and also glass makers can be done on any island. This will require some artisans, as we can see, 300, 400 actually of them, so that's a lot. But it's up to you if you want to get some extra cash. Right now we are getting plus 6k from them. We got 83. My goal was 70, but you can go. I want to just check if this will increase our values, but remember that this will require much more materials to make this. And now we're gonna make sure that we're gonna have some more farmers and workers, because right now we have 35, and I said that we should handle about 110. So we still need 60, 70, 80 of them, almost 75 actually. 75 buildings, so we can place them wherever we like. We don't have to keep this in whatever shape that we can make, any shape that we want actually, just to make sure that we're gonna have 75 buildings. So I'm just gonna make sure that we're gonna have like something here. I'm gonna have the buildings, so I'm just gonna try to expand this, and I'm not gonna even count this. I'm just always gonna check to the population how many I have. So I got 60, so I'm aiming to 110, so 50 more. So yeah, I gotta have 110, and now I'm just gonna expand some of those houses to the workers. And also don't forget to make sure that you're gonna have some extra cash from here. So now I got 18k almost. That's a lot of money, but don't forget about some additional buildings, which are the public mooring. So building public mooring will give me some extra cash, as the new arrivals will get in here and spend some money. So tourists. So tourists gonna get here, and they will give me some money. So I will not stop in here. So here we got public mooring, and this will give us some extra cash. But I'm also going to the palace, and I'm making the local department. So this local department will give us also some additional buff, and we can choose it
One
from
final
here.
look.
So we can now, yeah. So let's get rid of it. So we're gonna leave like this, okay? This time we're gonna publish, so they
You
will have
lost
no
an
more
influence bonus.
influence bonus. So right now we are almost on 700, and in here we're gonna have plus 20 chance to receive visiting specialists, and also with the policies we're gonna have improved specialist visiting public moorings. So thanks to that, I am also making those influence city farms as specialist farms. So this is two things in one. So as you can see, this is on Jakku, but also on Kashik. Yes, so here we got the same thing.
Our cruise was just as full
So
as
I
last
got the
time.
public mooring, and then I have the local department right in here, the same thing. So increased visit and VIP specialist, and the same in here in Revenge of Sith. So I have the public mooring,
Same old holiday gang
and
as
then
last
here
time.
I got my beautiful small local department right in here. So I am making two things in one. So I'm getting some extra specialists, some legendary. So if you're gonna actually check if it's working, so if you're gonna go into the items, yeah, we got some items, legendary items in here. So
The
yes.
revolt left your city in ruins.
Okay, so we're gonna repair this. Yeah, so this was the result of the 2 times newspapers buffs. So this is the result. As you can see, we got some damaged buildings. And what about in here? We got also 2 legendary guys, some epic. So we have very quickly we got some additional beautification area. This will increase our attractiveness, which will also lead to better payment from the visits. So yes, so this is it right
The
now.
fire left ruins behind.
And as you can see, the other thing that we had plenty of oil in here, we can actually increase our oil harbor a little bit, so it will get some even more oil, and we can actually then use this oil to other islands. So for example, like in here in C3PO, I have everything, but I don't have electricity. So now I can build the electricity somewhere in here, get the portal, and then expand this city also to have the investors. So that's why you need to start everything on the island with the oil. Thanks to that, you got the outpost for the second island or even third one. So here I am at the final stage, and as you can see, I am upgrading some additional buildings. Actually, it is 11 buildings, because I figured out the final numbers, and I'm just gonna upgrade the last house. And the thing is that I had some illness in here, so they are dying in here, and actually some buildings have been, yeah, there's an incident all around. I have only one hospital, so they have to take care of this. So this is the final stage. As you can see, I am again in my newspaper, and I'm usually making sure that I've just used one, but I still give them the propaganda. So I increase the number in here,
We can move
and
on this.
right now, if I will go in here, I will show you that we have the total number is 94. And why is 94? Because without 94, if I will go in here to my different city, so Revenge of Sith, you will see that, actually no, not here, but to Kashyyyk, yes. So in here, as you can see, we have this, the first my design, where I have just 70 buildings in here. So yes, 70 investors, but this means that we have only 8 per each building. So this means that they will not have any buff from the members club, because the members club will unlock when we're gonna have 750 of them. So if I will increase the number to 94, this means that if we're gonna 94 multiply the 8, we're gonna have 752. So 752 means that we'll unlock this members club. And the final figure, thanks to that, they will have also additional boost for happiness. As you can see, right now the happiness is plus 14. And even the fact that I change only one thing in the newspaper, it still gives us, there is no negative buffs, as you can see. So they have only pollution -1, news +10, because I did not change, I changed only one thing and it was neutral one. And then we have island peace +5, so we have +14, which means that we'll have no danger of any riots or any negative other things. And this is minimalistic. As you can see, we are not using coffee, glasses, light bulbs, cigars, champagne, chocolate, and even steam carriages. They only have electricity. Electricity gives us 8 people per this building. So thanks to that, we got 94 buildings multiple the 3, so 94 multiple 3, which means that we have 282 influence from this city. What more, we have the income of 9k, but the fun thing is that I also made this town to generate some resources. So this is my resources hub. So now they are creating and generating bricks, wood. As you can see, I increased the number, and yeah, they even have some too many transport in here, so I can even increase that. So I have everything in here. I am also producing steel beams in here, and also windows at the bottom. I will go right in here. Yeah, so here I'm also taking and making the windows. So this is my production hub. I will also give them concrete, but in a few seconds. So this is the final build. As you can see, we have 94 investors buildings, and they have only electricity as the need, and they have also happiness from the bank and members club. So this means that if you're going to use any newspaper buff, it will still be on plus value, because negative value from the newspaper is -10, so they will still be on +4. And this means that this is the perfect build in here, and the final figures are here. And what else about my population? As you can see, I have 0 artisans and also 0 engineers, so I don't have to care about them. 94 investors, 50 workers, and 60 farmers. Why 60 and 50? Because if we're gonna go to production, you'll see that they are using fish, so I have perfect number of fish, so everything what is produced is also used. Then we have schnapps, we're still in the good value, so we are producing more than they are using. The same with work clothes, and there are also sausages, so we got some space for sausages as well. So they are not using every, as you can see, even bread, the same still. We still have the gap, and also with the soap. So yes, so we got, if you got, the thing is that this is perfect city for me right now, but as you can see, I get at the top here the workforce, everything on plus value, so I can create another city influence farm. But if it will happen that I want some more artisans or maybe some more engineers, I will just build some additional buildings here and just make sure that they will have at least something that will make them happy. So they are happy farmers, happy workers, because they got everything. And then just investors, we are taking them as a farm. So we only have +8 investor workforce and +3 influence for each building. So this is my small city farm for the influence, and as you can see, I'm 728 influence on positive values. And what more, now I have here also the medium oil harbor. I could increase that to get even more, to store even more oil, but I will use this to create another city influence hub, so city influence farm, so right in here probably. So I'll build some buildings in here, and I will make also oil harbor in here, and I will share this oil from here with another island, which means that I will be able to get to the investors level as well, because the thing is that advancing engineers require us the electricity need. So without electricity, we are unable to advance them to investors. So this is very important about the oil. Without it, we are unable to advance. But the fun thing is that I also made this town to generate some resources. So this is my resources hub. So now they are creating and generating bricks, wood. As you can see, I increased the number, and yeah, they even have some too many transport in here, so I can even increase that. So I have everything in here. I am also producing steel beams in here, and also windows at the bottom. I will go right in here. Yeah, so here I'm also taking and making the windows. So this is my production hub. I will also give them concrete, but so just like that I can fill this also. And now I'm producing every good in here So I have peak production also happening here thanks to that, and as you can see, this is really awesome. And I am, thanks to that, I'm preparing myself for Land of Lion, where you're probably gonna need plenty of influence. But yes, so I am getting and making accumulation of the influence points. I can make some additional zoo or anything like that. So thanks to that, I have plenty of it. The total I have 3,579. So that's a lot of influence that I already have. Alright, so that's it for today, boys and girls. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you had some fun with me, and I hope that we're gonna meet each other next time. So boys and girls, have a wonderful day, and if you're watching this at night, then good night. See you next time.